What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex. In this video, I want to talk about Split Fiction and the unbelievable scores that it is getting online. Now, I'm going to keep this very, very short and sweet because I don't even want to really see any of the new gameplay. I don't want to go too deep into any of it, but I just want to quickly take a look. You look over on Metacritic, 91 based off of 79 scores. That is extraordinarily high, and you might see some more scores kind of coming through in the next couple days, but I mean, for that amount, number one, that's already quite a high amount of just reviews in general on a launch day or launch review day like this. And to get a 91, may I say, I did a quick little YouTube short on this a few days ago. I literally predicted 89 to 91 as the score for Split Fiction. Just kind of taking, a way out, I think was high 70s. It Takes Two was high 80s. And then this game, I didn't expect it to be high 90s. It'd be one of the highest games literally ever created. But 91 is still also one of the highest games. And in fact, I think it's maybe the highest score for any game that's come out this year. I think Monster Hunter is right up there with it. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, I think, has an 88, somewhere around there. So we got, I think, the highest rated game so far of 2025. And then in terms of just reception, again, just kind of going quick and just going over some of the main highlights, I mean, people are in love with it. I do want to focus on one thing in particular that was always kind of like this alluring thing. So Joseph Fares has talked multiple times in multiple interviews that the ending of this game is going to be something that's like badass insane, right? Like something you've never, and he says this too, something you've never seen before in gaming. Like they're really going crazy. And I love that guy, and that guy is he needs to be protected at all costs. He seems like a great individual and just a very creative mind. And of course, he's going to talk up his game, but he also does it with a lot of confidence. So it's never that I had doubted him, but you think about those claims that okay, this game seemingly in the last couple hours is going to do something like unreal. Okay, well, how true is that? Well, these reviews, I saw multiple, I think 4 different people that all backed that up and said they literally could not believe what they were capable of doing at the end specifically. And actually, it sounds like more than just like the last 10 minutes. It sounds like the last several sections of this game is unreal. And I don't want to know any more than that, right, until I actually play it myself. But just kind of knowing, okay, well, people played it and they're echoing what he says, that it's literally insane. It's literally something that we've never seen before. That, I don't even know what that could mean, to be honest with you, but that gets me extremely excited. And then honestly, I'd say 2 other main takeaways that I saw through several of these reviews kind of echoed. One of which is just that gameplay variety, right? So that's one of the drawing features, I would say, of this game. You look at it, you look at any of the trailers, anything, so far, and the number one thing that stands out, and it stood out with It Takes Two as well, right, is the diversity. You're going to be doing like 100 different types of things. I've brought in like the Astrobots of the world as examples as well. I mean, in these kind of games, you got to keep people bounced around, right? Like that's a formula for these type of things. You can't stay on anything too long, and the longer you stay, the longer you risk that it kind of gets a little boring or a little repetitive. Over and over and over, that was one of the strong suits that I saw, that they don't even give you enough time to maybe even realize how amazing whatever you're playing is, and then you're on to the next amazing thing. So seemingly striking that perfect balance of, okay, here's some really, really cool just gameplay, whatever it might be, right, whatever the genre that we're doing right now, do it for a little bit of time, appreciate how good it is. Okay, now we got literally 99 more of those, and we're just going to kind of hop to them. That was something that I had assumed this game was going to do based off everything that we saw, and that's something that people were saying. And then the final thing is, a lot of comparisons, I would say, to It Takes Two, and then things that I would like to hear, which I did hear, so I'm very happy about it. So I saw a couple people talking about how it's actually more mature and actually a better story, to some at least, than It Takes Two. Now, I really, really liked It Takes Two. I think A Way Out's a very special game to me. A Way Out, I really, really like that narrative. I really like those 2 guys. So, for me, that game will always kind of, story-wise, that game will have a slight edge over It Takes Two, but It Takes Two in the variety, I think, is honestly miles better, than A Way Out. So this game honestly seems to have both. It seems to have the variety, as we just talked about, but then again, in terms of like the maturity level, I saw a lot of that. We've heard from even him, Joseph Fares, that this game is harder than It Takes Two. So I always assumed it, not necessarily like more mature, but it would just, I don't know, it would take itself a little bit more seriously. Not that that game wasn't, but just, I don't know, hopefully I'm explaining that right. But bottom line is, it seems like that is also happening, right? This game is challenging, but this game is a lot of fun. It's got a very, very strong narrative. It's got very, very strong characters. It's got a good plot, all of that jazz. Now, that's what you kind of expect when you get a 91 on Metacritic. At the same time, we'll have to see. I mean, there are games out there that have gotten very, very high scores, even in the high 80s, low 90s, that do not speak to everybody. I'm a little bit biased because this was a top 2, top 3 game of 2025 for me. I've been excited for this game since the Game Awards, since the second that they showed it. I assumed it was going to be a Game of the Year contender, so there is a little bit of biasness. I want the game to be good, and I want these things for it. Bottom line, though, is I'm getting this game, Thursday. I always was going to get the game, in a few days. I'll be playing it through with my wife, and I'll give you guys some videos on my thoughts as well. Very, very excited. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure, as always, you're subscribed to the channel, bell icon turned on. I hope to see you all on the next one.